following professional wrestling exhibition requires discretionary viewer participation.
Good evening, RWL wrestling fans of our worldwide YouTube viewing audience. We are in Tokyo, Japan this evening for the first in the series of RWL Japan 5-Star Collaborative Tour cards. This is our first one this evening. I'm Don Hickson and I'm joined by Hangman Tex Lynch and Myron Schimmelman, but it's an all-hands-on-deck affair. So everyone is here. Wally Cardell, Johnny Bianco, and Christy Ogilvy, all in the booth, ready to provide their insights on tonight's 3-hour card of RWL mat action. Certainly one not to be missed. Great matches that we don't see every day on Rage or Snarl.
Good evening, how's everyone doing tonight? I am loving this place, I'm loving the atmosphere, I'm loving this venue. Outdoor wrestling, the way it ought to be.
Howdy folks, yes sir, it'll be Dandy, Don, and Myron here providing their colorful insights, but it'll be me providing the call of the matches as per usual. The fans just seem to like it when I do it. I don't know. That and that ring post song, you guys have really gotten into that. Well anyway, 3 great hours of RWL mat action on the way. We're going to start with our first match in just a minute, so stick around because it is going to be, as they say, off the chain.
We start off the night tonight with one that you definitely don't see every day. We're going to see Pat Tanaka of Bad Company in singles action going up against the chief instructor of the Reilly Flash Wrestling School, Reilly Flash himself.
Pat Tanaka in a single? Man, not since his days in the AWA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the RWL Japan 5-Star Collaborative Tour begins now. Our first match, set for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Coming down to the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing 245 pounds, representing Bad Company, here is Pat Tanaka.
Well, it's like you said, it's usually Pat Tanaka alongside Paul Diamond in tag competition as Bad Company. So right from the rip, I'm liking this one. Tanaka actually shines in singles action, and you can appreciate it more than in a tag team situation where the constant tagging doesn't let you really see a wrestler work into a good flow. And Tanaka actually flows really well when he gets going.
We almost never see Reilly Flash wrestling. Hell, we barely see him ringside with Canadian Cartel, and Golden Al Barnett is his very own son.
Yeah, it's funny. Only a couple of years ago, Reilly Flash owned up to the fact that Golden Al Barnett is his boy. Like everyone didn't know already.
His opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in tonight at 256 pounds, Reilly Flash.
How about this Reilly Flash pulling himself out of mothballs? The mortgage must be due.
But Flash is a seasoned veteran who's been lacing up his boots since the late 1970s, who went on to train current stars like Brooklyn Von Braun, the Canadian Cartel, and Yankee Rose Georgia Washington. Point is, Pat Tanaka isn't in there with some green-ass rookie.
I got nothing friends, 2 really talented guys and everything, but we see so little of them in singles. I can only go by what I got on paper, and even then, it's a dead heat. At least for me it is. But I guess it'd be kind of cool if Flash did make Tanaka look less than and pick up a win until next time he rolls around.
And as to the why of Reilly Flash's presence, he is the invited guest of Shiro Torahata, the CEO of Japan 5-Star Wrestling. Reilly Flash actually quite a luminary in the world of professional wrestling here in Japan, having competed here for quite some time during the mid-1980s.
Nice thing about Reilly Flash, though, he owns his age. He stopped dyeing his hair. It is a lie, a misconception, and misrepresentation to say that Reilly Flash still owes people money. You people need to put those signs away. All right, Tom Canamara rings the bell, and away we go. They lock up collar and elbow. Headlock from Pat Tanaka. Into a top wrist lock. Reilly Flash turns it around into a headlock. Oh, if you're going to play chain wrestling with Reilly Flash, you're going to lose. Headlock takedown to Pat Tanaka. Tanaka back up into the headlock again. Well, now Reilly Flash shoves him against the ropes. Pat Tanaka counters with an elbow. That's the end of the chain wrestling right there. There's a nice slam from Pat Tanaka. Reilly Flash in trouble, but he's turning it around. He found his way out of the head scissors, and a hard right takes Pat Tanaka down. That's a problem. If he gets you on the ground and starts punching, you're going to be there a while. Reilly Flash. What? Oh, countered with a kick to the midsection from Pat Tanaka. A spinning forearm takes Reilly Flash down to the canvas. Reilly Flash rounded up. Oh, nasty little brain buster there from Pat Tanaka. Tanaka gathers up Reilly Flash. Counter. A punch to the chest from Reilly Flash. Pat Tanaka whipped to the ropes. There's a collision up front with no result. A scoop slam from Reilly Flash, who quickly recovers right there. Rounds up Pat Tanaka. There's a hard right. Gets a hold of Tanaka. Whips him to the ropes. And a nice hip toss from Reilly Flash, who's putting them together pretty good right now. Pat Tanaka trying to figure it all out. Reilly Flash with a jab to the face. Oh, he's calling for it. He got a handful of hair, and boom! Cross body off the ropes from Reilly Flash. The old man can still move. Man! Hard right hands to the head of Pat Tanaka, followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Tanaka gathered up. Whoa! Quick counter from Pat Tanaka and a clubbing overhand right, but a quick arm drag counter from Reilly Flash. Now these guys can really go. Head first into the turnbuckle, sat up on the top turnbuckle. Reilly Flash is going to take him for a ride. Big time avalanche arm drag from Reilly Flash. Mr. Reilly Flash rounds up Pat Tanaka, has him up. Nice vertical suplex, a nice long one from Reilly Flash. Reilly rounds up Pat Tanaka. Tanaka counters. Nice fireman's carry. Basic move, but got the job done. Pat Tanaka gets a... Whoa! There's that brainbuster a second time.
He's not going to take too many more of those.
No, he's not. Reilly Flash on the outside apron. Tanaka tags him with a shot. Joins him on the outside and allows gravity to do the work. Reilly Flash slammed into the lip of the apron. Reilly Flash goes for a ride into the ring steps. Pat Tanaka moves in on him slow like the Terminator. Reilly Flash counters and shoves Pat Tanaka halfway across town, with the referee continuing to count. Tanaka stunned. Reilly Flash quickly countered into a dragon screw by Pat Tanaka. Pat Tanaka rounds up Reilly Flash. Again, the referee counting. Reilly Flash counters, slaps the hand away, delivers a kick to the midsection, doubles Pat Tanaka over pretty good.
Oh, he definitely felt that one.
He felt those ring steps too.
Reilly Flash kind of on a roll here.
Again, Pat Tanaka into those ring steps. Reilly Flash rounds him up, oblivious to the referee's count. Wait a minute, everybody said, okay, let's stop fooling around. Reilly Flash drops a knee into the back of the head of Pat Tanaka, gathers him back up again. Tanaka counters. Reilly Flash rolls out of that one. Tanaka rounds him up. Woo! Whoa! That forearm has some force behind it, and Pat Tanaka is pretty pissed off. Reilly Flash tries to get back up to his feet. There's a clothesline from Pat Tanaka, followed up with a second one. Swing and a miss from Reilly Flash. There's a super kick from Pat Tanaka. Takes Reilly Flash down to the mat. Tanaka rounds up Reilly Flash. Reilly Flash escorted over the top rope, rolls out to the floor. Pat Tanaka gonna roll right on out after him. Gathers him up. Rolls Reilly Flash back inside the ring, rolls himself in right after. Flash rounded up again. Whoa! Nasty spin kick. That was nicely done by Pat Tanaka. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2, Oh, shut up. Oh, Reilly Flash just, he's mad. That ain't good. Pat Tanaka didn't realize he was there, but all of a sudden does. There's a shot to the midsection and an elbow, and then into a suplex with a pin. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's a, oh, well, now, what a match that was. Pat Tanaka picking up the win over Reilly Flash.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of the fall, 5 minutes and 17 seconds. The winner, Pat Tanaka.
Darn shame. Reilly Flash was doing actually pretty well for himself, but I'm afraid Pat Tanaka kinda outsmarted him, nailed him with that bridging suplex and got the 3 count. Clearly, Reilly Flash not expecting that one, and Pat Tanaka picking himself up a win over Reilly Flash. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our first match this evening. There is a whole lot more in the upcoming 3 hours. We hope you'll stay with us for all of it, and we'll be right back right after this.